Hello everyone. Welcome back to Unikaksha's YouTube channel. This is Ashwini from Unikaksha. Friends, if you want to run a program on more than one machines, then you require a distributed application. Today I am going to discuss with you about the Java RMI, that is remote method invocation, and it is going to provide you a mechanism. By using this mechanism, the server and client machines can communicate with each other to share the information. So basically it is going to provide you a distributed environment for transferring the data or sharing the resources. Now let's move and understand what exactly is RMI. Let's have a look on the agenda of this video. So here I'm going to explain you about the introductory part, that is what exactly is the RMI and for what reason it can be used. Then after we will see about the two objects which are provided by RMI to perform the server and client side communication. These objects are nothing but the stub and skeleton. So we are going to understand about these two objects. Then after we will try to learn and understand the requirements which are required for the distributed applications, and then we will see the if you want to write the RMI, if you want to build the RMI, then what is the roadmap for doing that. So let's get started and understand what exactly is a RMI. So RMI basically is nothing but it is a mechanism which allows you to connect or communicate with the JVM of another system from your JVM or from one system to another system. So basically it is considered as a remote method invocation. This mechanism allows an object residing on one JVM to communicate with the object residing on another JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine. So it enables you to create a distributed Java technology based applications which are used to communicate with other such kind of applications. It is going to use, or if you want to include this particular methodology in your Java program, then you have to use the package that is java.rmi. So basically this particular remote method invocation or RMI is considered as, or it can be used for it is a mechanism which by which the server and client applications can communicate and pass the information to each other. Now, the next thing, that is what exactly is the stub and skeleton. Just I told you that the objects can be RMI is nothing but it is a mechanism which allows objects from one JVM to communicate with the objects of another JVM. So here we require two kinds of objects to perform such kind of communication. So the first object is nothing but stub and the second object is nothing but skeleton. One object we require for communicating at client side and one object we require for communicating at the server side. So this remote communication can be performed by using a network, and when we are performing the remote communication in between the applications in RMI, then we are using these two objects. So what exactly is the meaning of remote object? So remote object is nothing but the object whose method can be invoked from another JVM, from another machine. Now let's have a look on stub. Stub is nothing but it is an object which acts as a gateway for the client side. Basically, it is a object which resides at the client side and it represents the remote object. So whenever any method on the stub object is invoked, then it is going to perform the list of tasks. So these tasks are the very first thing, that is it will perform or it will initiate the connection with remote JVM, that is the destination JVM. Then second, it will write and transmits the parameters to the remote virtual machine, that is remote JVM, which is considered as a marshal. The entire operation is called as a marshal operation. Then it will wait for the result, it will reads and returns the values or exceptions. This procedure is considered as a unmarshal. So marshal means what? If you are writing and transmitting the parameters to the remote virtual machine, that is remote JVM, then it is called as a marshal. And when you are reading the return value or exception, then it is considered as a unmarshals. Then finally it will return the value to the caller. So this is all about the stub. Now let's have a look on the skeleton. So skeleton is considered as stub's counterpart on the server side. This is the object which resides at the server side. And whenever you want to perform the distributed communication in between two different applications, different Java applications, or whenever you want to make a communication between two different JVMs, then at that time you require RMI, and with the RMI you always require these two objects, that is stub and skeleton, because these two objects are considered as the essential building blocks of RMI. So when skeleton receives a incoming request, as it is available at the server side, so the request will become at server, and then what skeleton is going to perform? It is going to perform three different tasks. First task is it is going to read the parameters for the remote method, then it will invoke the method on the actual remote object, and finally it will write and transmitting the result to the caller or result to the another JVM machine. So this is all about the skeleton. So the stub is residing at the client side and skeleton is residing at the server side. Now let's understand the requirements for distributed application. So if you want to develop a distributed application, then at that time the application must perform some kind of tasks. The very first task is it should locate the remote method. That is, it should be able to communicate with the other JVM which resides on other machine. Then next thing is it should provide a communication with the remote object, because it is very much important in the distributed environment to provide the communication with the remote objects resides on the remote machines or another JVM. It is going to load the class definitions for these kind of objects. So if your application is performing all these three tasks, then it is considered as a distributed application. So these are the steps to create Java RMI application. So what are the steps? So the very first step is you have to define the remote interface. That is again most important thing. You have to define the remote interface. Then the second thing is you have to write the implementation class, that is remote object, through which you are going to communicate with the another JVM or another object of that particular JVM. You have to write the server program, then you have to write the client program, and finally you can compile and execute the application. So these are the basics about the RMI, and which we are using for establishing the remote application or distributed application in Java. So that's all about the basics of RMI. If you want to build such kind of applications, then you have to follow all these steps. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned with us at Unikaksha, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. Till then, thank you so much.